Hey friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the paycheck budget I wrote out for the week of August 24th. We're going to look at everything I budgeted and everything that I spent and see whether we are over budget or under budget for the week. We're definitely over budget, you guys, because we had so many unbudgeted expenses. So many. So I'm going to write an unbudgeted line item here. It's not really where it goes because right now all of the unbudgeted expenses are on a credit card. So they haven't actually been paid through my checking account yet, which is what typically goes here. But at some point they will be. Oops, sorry, I just bumped my microphone. At some point they will be paid with my checking account. So I'm going to put it here. We're going to talk a little bit about how I plan on paying off these unbudgeted expenses. I don't know if that'll be in this video or in a separate video. We'll just kind of see how long this gets. But for now, I have my black pen. I need to grab a red pen to write in all of my unbudgeted expenses and all of my over budget categories. I like to write in red when I'm over budget so that I can easily, at a glance, see the areas in my budget where I'm overspending. Like if we look at last week, we can see I was over budget in food, I was over budget in spending, my car insurance came out, and it was a little bit higher than what I expected. Again, this week we were over budget in food. I was over budget in spending there as well. This week, hey look, over budget in food. So anytime that I'm kind of going back through my paycheck budgets and I'm seeing a category consistently over budget, like food for example, that tells me I either need to rein in my spending, raise my budget, or both. And in the case of my food spending, it's both. I need to rein it in a little bit with our eating out, but I also need to consider raising that budget because grocery prices have gone up. So that's why I write in red, just so I can easily look at a glance and see where I'm over budget. So we're going to take a look at my checking account first. The first thing I have written in here is a minimum payment on a credit card. I budgeted $57, and I'm actually going to pull this out and go to my calendar where I track all of my transactions so that I can really quickly see what got paid, what didn't, where I was over budget, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to open this up just so I'm not flipping back and forth. The great thing about this disc-bound system is you can move pages around. You can take pages in and out. It's a great system. My pages, by the way, are all printables from my Etsy shop. I will have my Etsy shop linked down below. And my planner is a Happy Planner disc-bound system. So I just print out my printables, punch them using a paper punch, and put them here into this system. It works out great for me. So for that First Merchants Bank credit card, that is written in here under blue because blue is for bills. You can see it right here. It's checked off because that has been paid, and that did come out at $57. So that was as anticipated. Next up here I have gasoline. I budgeted $50. I track my gas in this light pink color. Hopefully you guys can see that. We had a couple of gas transactions on Saturday, so I need to add them up. I can see pretty easily that we are a tiny bit over budget, but not too bad. So we spent $41 and $9.67 for a grand total of $50.67. So we are over budget by 67 cents. Not terrible, but I did write it in red since we were over budget. And now for unbudgeted expenses. So we don't budget anything for unbudgeted expenses, obviously. But this week we had a whole lot of spending that we did not budget for. I put anything unbudgeted here in my calendar in this dark pink color, and you can see there's a ton of unbudgeted expenses. By the way, if I didn't mention, the week we are looking at is the week of August 24th through the 30th. We budget paycheck to paycheck, so our new budget week starts on the 31st. I'm so excited for a fresh start, because this was a rough week. Alright, so let's go ahead and figure it out. How much did we spend? So we had $9 plus $52.23. And if you want to hear me talk about what these transactions are, where this money got spent, you can check out my transaction tracking video that I posted yesterday. I talk a lot about what happened this week and give a lot more details as to why this spending happened. I'm not going to go over it again because this video is already going to be long, so go check that out if you missed it. Then we had $10.59, $148.75, $63.91, $40.28, and that's it. Oh my gosh, you guys. $324.76 that we spent that was not budgeted for. Oh my god, that's making me sick to my stomach. But you know what? It is what it is. These were things that we had to have. We didn't plan for them, so it is what it is. So we only budgeted $107 for our checking account transactions here. Clearly we spent more than that. $57 plus $50.67. I'm just adding up this actual column here. And $324.76. $432.43 we spent. We only planned to spend $107. So we are I'm going to write it over here, $325.43 over budget in this category. And of course, that is primarily because of our unbudgeted expenses. 67 cents of it is from our overage in gas. Okay, moving on to our cash envelopes. And the overspending is not done yet, friends. So, food. We budgeted $200 for food. I track all of our food in this yellow color, so we're looking for all of the yellow stickers laid down between the 24th and the 30th, and we have a few here. So, we have $66.05 plus $30.72 plus $164.31 for a grand total of $261.08. So we are $61.08 over budget in that category as well. We've been consistently over budget in food for the past few weeks. Moving into September, I am going to raise my food budget because clearly we can't keep in this $200 parameter. For my husband's spending, thank God I can use my black pen because my husband never overspends. He's amazing. I give him his $40 at the start of the week and he always sticks to his budget. As for me, I didn't stick to my budget either, but I'm only a couple of dollars over budget. It's not that big of a deal, except that it's just piling on with this red ink. So my spending gets tracked in purple. I had a couple of transactions here on Wednesday. $42.39 plus 88 cents, $43.27. So I'm only $3.27 over budget. It's not terrible, but it does get written in red, so yikes, yikes, yikes. $43.27. For Austin's allowance, that was as planned. I did give him his $20. For Robert's $50, I did put that into his savings. That was planned. And then for miscellaneous, we're over budget here as well. I track miscellaneous in green. You can see we had a couple of transactions here. $14.83 plus $9 $53. So we spent $24.36. So I only budgeted $20. We're over budget there as well. So now we'll add up all of these actual columns. $261.08 plus 40 plus $43.27 plus 20 plus $24.36 plus 50 for $38.71. So we are over budget by $68.71 in this category as well. Okay, now all of my sinking funds went as planned. That was all as budgeted, so I can just go down this line and write all of this in black. I always make my plan for my sinking funds and then immediately act on that plan, so there's really no time for me to change my mind or change things up. So this was all as expected for a total of $386. All of my extra debt payments went as planned as well. We sent a whopping $333 to our Lowe's credit card, which is amazing. But then we look over here at all this over budgeted, and guess where that went? On a credit card. So we paid off $333 in extra debt, but then we accumulated more than that on a different credit card with all this overspending. So, you know, we can celebrate the fact that we paid quite a bit on our Lowe's card, but now we have this to deal with. So, you know, that kind of dampers that celebration a little bit. So, looking here at my totals then, I don't write anything in for income since I don't disclose my husband's income, but the rest of these are all pretty much red here. So we only planned $107 in checking. We spent $432.43. We only planned to put $370 into cash envelopes, and we put $38.71. This is actually wrong here. My sinking funds were $386, not $366. That was a math goof. But that is what we put in there, so at least that gets written in black. And debt, $333. And I didn't show you all, but I did, as you can see here, pay that Lowe's card, that $333. So all of these transactions have been accounted for. So I can go ahead and check them off because I accounted for them here in my budget. All of this overspending here, I have to figure out how I'm going to pay for. So how much over budget in all are we? $68.71 plus $325.43. $394.14. So I'm actually going to write that in on a little notebook here. $394.14. All of this right now is on a credit card. I've got to come up with a means to pay this. Obviously, I don't want to be accumulating debt when my goal is to pay debt off. So this spending was a multitude of things. If you watched that transaction tracking video, you know it was some medical, it was some household stuff, it was also some, let's see, obviously we had some food overspending, so I guess I can write that. It was also sporting goods for my son. So I do have sinking funds for some of these things. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into my sinking fund folder and see what I can do here. I know my medical sinking fund is empty, so that's not going to help us. For household, my home sinking fund has, okay, $45 in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this $45 and I'm going to put that in the bank to cover some of this. So today is 8:30. I'm just writing on my card here that I'm draining this to pay for some of our unbudgeted expenses. So I'm just going to write that. Unbudgeted expenses minus 45, and that's going to take this down to 0, and that's going to wipe out $45 of this unbudgeted mess. So that takes care of that. Now my home sinking fund is empty, so hopefully I don't have any other home expenses, or guess what? It's going to be unbudgeted again. Food, obviously we don't have anything in our sinking funds that'll help with that. My medical sinking fund is empty, so that's not going to be of any help. But for sporting goods, I can go to our school sinking fund and see what I have there. We have $30 in our school sinking fund, so I'm going to take that to put that towards this unbudgeted amount. And that was for soccer stuff. Since the school sinking fund is for anything school related and this is a school club, so in general I would aim to have enough in this sinking fund to purchase all of these things, but this was an unexpected thing that happened last minute, so I didn't know to plan for it. I could have taken this out of my emergency fund, but I don't think that my son playing soccer is an emergency. So that's going to take this school sinking fund down to 0. Okay, and that's going to go over here. So that's minus 30. The 45 came from my home sinking fund. Can you guys even see? Oh, good, you can. The 30 came from school. What other sinking funds can we take from here? So I have my spending sinking fund. This was definitely spending that happened. This has $58. So we're going to go ahead and take $58 and put it towards this out of our spending envelope. And I'm just going to, again, write that this was unbudgeted expenses. That's going to take that down to 0 as well. 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, $58. We'll go over in our little stack. The only other category that I might be able to pull something from is our clothing, because there was some clothing in there for my son for soccer. So $20. There's $20 in clothing. I'm going to go ahead and drain that too. I know that I'm probably shooting myself in the foot here, because if we need any of these things over the next couple of weeks before I am able to refill these, then we'll just have those unbudgeted expenses, but I'll let future Jessie worry about that. I'm just gonna write the same thing. Unbudgeted expenses minus 20. Okay, so I'm not going to touch any of these other sinking funds, because none of these other categories really make sense to cover any of these things. There was no pet spending there, so yeah, that's it for my sinking funds. And so that's all of the dent that I can make in these unbudgeted expenses right now. So we started with $394.14 in unbudgeted. We took care of 45, 30, $58 and $20, and that leaves us with $241.14 that we have to accommodate for. Now, I do have a little bit of money in my sinking funds, or in my buffer, but my buffer has actually been depleted quite a bit because of the YouTube likes. When I did my budget last week, you guys know, I took money out of my buffer to cover an extra debt payment that I made because of you guys liking my July budget results video. So my buffer is not completely gone, but it's low enough that I don't want to touch it to cover this. The other thing I have is some money I've been squirreling away just here and there. Anytime that I was getting a 1 or a 5, I was squirreling it away in my little desk drawer just to have for such an occasion as this. And of course there's some 20s here because I've made some change for myself from various funds. So this money is all money that has already been accounted for in my budget at one time or another that I've just squirreled away. So it's just bonus money essentially. So we're going to use this to cover some of that overspending as well. I want to count it up and see what I have. 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. So $75 here. This technically would be part of my buffer because anytime that I had money left over in any of my cash envelopes, I would typically deposit it in the bank and it would go towards my buffer. I was just kind of keeping the 1s and 5s in cash, so it's not accounted for in my bank account. My bank account is all trued up and accurate. I have my little bit of a buffer in there. So this money could either be deposited to go towards my buffer, or it could go towards this. And in this case, I'm going to put it towards this overspending that happened. So this will get deposited and go to pay that credit card. So $241.14 minus 75. That still leaves us with $166.14 I need to account for. So how am I going to do that? I could take this right off the top of my next paycheck before I budget anything else. However, in addition to all of that spending that we did on our soccer equipment and whatnot, we still have a pay-to-play fee, which I'm not sure exactly how much that's going to be. I'm waiting to hear back from the coach to find out. And we also have a spiritware order that we want to put in that's like $120. So I've got a lot of money coming out of my next paycheck already, so I don't want to do this. I don't want to take it out of my buffer because, like I said, my buffer's down pretty low right now. So essentially, this $166.14 is going to have to be taken out little bits at a time over the course of next month. The other option, I could pause my debt snowball on Lowe's to take care of this. I'm so close though to paying that Lowe's card off. So I'm going to try to squirrel away some money from my cash envelopes, from my sinking funds, that sort of thing over the course of September. And in order to do that, I'm going to use a fun savings challenge from my friend Marlene over at Snow Gardener 307. So let me get that page and show you what that looks like. All right, my friends, so I have here from my friend Marlene her Pirate Booty 30-Day Savings Challenge. So this is actually a 6-page printable that she has available on her Etsy shop for just $2. And it's so much fun. She's so creative. Apparently September is Talk Like a Pirate Day. And so with that in mind, she created this fun savings challenge. And this is what I'm going to use to help me come up with this $166.14, or really we're going to say $167 in the month of September. So the way that she intends you to use this savings challenge is, I'm just going to read the English translation. I'm not going to try to read this pirate bit she did when she was showcasing this challenge on her YouTube channel, and it was hilarious listening to her talk like a pirate. However, it's not September 19th, so I'm not going to talk like a pirate today. So it says, "Hello, my friends. Pay attention and check this out. Start finding money by searching your house, car, family, or friends. Add money to your savings challenge daily. Write the amount of your daily savings in your treasure chest and or color your coins and jewels." So with this challenge, you get, like I said, 6 pages. I've only printed 3 of them because I'm going to put my own spin on this Pirate Booty challenge. But there are 6 options available. One of them is a super cute printable you can use to keep track of how much you're saving each day. I'm not going to do this every single day because I just don't budget that way. But that's the beauty about savings challenges like this, is you can take the fun printables and the guidelines and then put your own spin on them. And that's typically what I do. So I printed out the challenge guidelines. I printed out this savings challenge envelope, so I can just cut this out and glue it or tape it together to create a fun envelope to keep all of my pirate booty. And I printed out this little savings challenge coloring page to help me kind of keep track of all of the money that's in my little envelope. Anyway, let's go back to the guidelines here. It says, let's see, did I already? Yes. No matter the size, add to your savings each day. Double your savings on September 19th in honor of International Talk Like a Pirate Day. So, as I mentioned, I'm not going to go in every single day and add money to my Pirate Booty challenge here, just because I don't budget that way and I want to be able to show you guys this, and I'm not going to pull out the camera every single day to film a little clip. So what I'm going to do is each week, after I stuff my cash envelopes and my sinking funds for the week, I'm going to go into those envelopes and I'm going to pilfer me some booty to put into my envelope here for the Pirate Booty Savings Challenge. So it's not going to be every day. It's going to be once a week, maybe twice a week. Maybe I'll take some out at the start of the week, and then at the end of the week I'll take some out. You know, I don't know exactly, but that's what I'm going to do. All of the money for my Pirate Booty Savings Challenge is going to come from my cash envelopes or my sinking funds, plus, you know, any change that I get back at the end of paying cash for stuff. Typically that goes into a little change jar, but as a matter of fact, maybe I will trade in all of my coins in my change jar. That's something to consider. Might do that too. Let me know what you guys think about that to help me pay off this outstanding debt that I have here. But definitely going to be pilfering from my cash envelopes, my sinking funds here and there to help me pay this $167 overage, and I'm going to use Marlene's Pirate Booty Challenge to help make it fun and make it seem like less of a punishment, I guess, for overspending. So if you guys want to get this Pirate Booty Savings Challenge, like I said, there are 3 other pages in addition to the 3 you see here. How cute is this? I think this is my favorite one. I'm going to link it down below. She's actually offering you guys a coupon code. It's only $2 for 6 printables, and she's offering it with a coupon code for 50% off. So if you use the coupon code BOOTYBOOTY, I'll put it in the description box as well, you can get it for just $1. It's an incredible deal, and I'm so excited to be part of this Pirate Booty Challenge with Marlene, and there's a bunch of others doing this as well, so it's like big fun. And you know, September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. So what day of the week is September 19th? I want to find that out. I've got stuff everywhere here. Do have my September calendar already in here and ready to go. If you want to get my September printables, by the way, they are available in my Etsy shop. So September 19th is a Sunday, and that's Talk Like a Pirate Day. So maybe we'll do a special video on this day where I come on, maybe I try to talk like a pirate, even though I feel like that would just be hilariously bad, and maybe we'll do something extra special on this day. So leave me a comment down below if you'd like to see that. But that's it for my budget results and how I'm planning on paying all of this overspending that happened in August. I am so excited for September to be here and a fresh month, but we still have one more payday that's happening in August. So even though that payday is primarily going to be covering these September bills, it's still income in August, so it's still technically considered my August budget. That's the way that I do it. So we're not quite out of the woods with August yet, but soon, very, very soon, we can move on to September. Alright friends, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you're going to join me in this Pirate Booty Savings Challenge. I would love it if you would. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to start coloring all of these jewels in. Also, leave me a comment down below and let me know, how was August for you guys? Did you stick to the budget? Did you massively overspend like I did? And what do you think of my plan to save some money out of my sinking funds and stuff to cover this? You guys think that's a good idea? A bad idea? What would you do differently? I always love hearing from you. Anytime that you comment or thumbs up my video, you are engaging with my video and helping YouTube to know that that's the kind of video you want to see. So that really helps out my channel. Thank you all so much for your support here on my channel, even when the budget's ugly. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, friends!